Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Warrior's Journey Tarot. This is your weekly love reading for January 26th to the 31st. We're going to pull a full Celtic cross with Tarot Mucha Tarot deck, and then I'm going to pull some oracle cards from Romance Angels and Whispers of Love. This is Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. This is Whispers of Love by Angela Hartfield. And Tarot Mucha is from Lo Scarabeo. Alright. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st, please. Can we get a positive reading for Cancer? For the Cancers who are trying to manifest their best life, for those who need to hear this, who need these love messages, can we please get a positive reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st in the form of a Celtic cross? What's going on for Cancer in love? And we're talking romantic love, please. It's for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st, please. There it is. Okay, Cancer. I always finish the shuffle like that. It worked out perfect. So this is the Page of Swords. That's a situation. On the bottom, we'll take a peek. There's 8 of Wands. The challenge is King of Wands. Consciously, we got 3 of Wands. Foundation for Pentacles, recent past. Page of Pentacles, recent future, King of Pentacles. You right now, Empress, lovely. Around you, yes, Cancer, 10 of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, Queen of Swords. That's okay, it's just hopes and fears. Outcome, oh shit. And there it goes. 3 swords. And the 8 of Wands on the bottom. Okay, so Cancer, we have in the situation this Page of Swords. How many pages do we have here? A lot of youthful energy, right? We got 2 pages. Okay. You might be younger, okay? Or you might not be. This might be a message relayed to you. These 2 pages, let's talk about pages. They collect information and they relay information, like they deliver messages. This page delivers messages about the pentacles, the material world. This page delivers messages about the intellect, thoughts, mental activity. So this Page of Swords is about collecting information. Now they already collect information on all different types of things, but when they have they're the Page of Swords, that ups the ante. Okay, I call this my spying card. I call this the stalker card. This Page of Swords is someone who's always watching, taking notes, keeping account, watching every step that someone's taking. This is the situation. Whether someone's watching you like this or you're watching someone like this. In love, it could speak to being a complete slave to love. Like you are gonzo for someone or someone's gonzo for you, and they want to know everything you eat, sleep, drink, where you go, what you do. Okay? Now, in your challenge, you have King of Wands. King of Wands is a very passionate and confident card. This is like the youthful energy. Your challenge is to step up into this, like, either you're challenged by a person who might be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, older person, very outgoing, larger than life, confident, attractive, even if they're not so good looking, just by the fact of by virtue of their personality and their grooming and their style and everything, they're just someone who is very attractive. They care about their appearance. They care about how they're perceived. So this is the King of Wands energy, and this is someone who has vision, who can go out and manifest things based on, their creative ideas. Very powerful person, very powerful card. So you got this Page of Swords challenged by the King of Wands. Okay, so you could take the energy challenged by this energy, right? A youthful, kind of like, the Page of Swords is not like, it's like a student energy as well, like a university student kind of energy. This is someone who's studying, possibly in a higher vibration into their studies, and, you know, doing their due diligence and collecting information and, you know, filing that information away and processing it the way they need to you know, get the job done. In love and romance, this is someone who's keeping tabs on someone else because they're completely in love in a, you know, in a stalker kind of way, okay, where they're just approaching it in a stalker way. I'm just gonna say it. That's what I'm getting, okay? Doesn't have to resonate that way for you. It could be a student. If it's not a student, okay, because I see it's challenged by the King of Wands, which is a mature energy. Look at all these kings and queens here. Like we see Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Empress. This is like mature energies going on. So I feel like this is more of a collecting information, somebody watching, okay? Challenged by this energy of this confident kind. Because basically, why does one need to spy or keep tabs on someone in secret from a distance? Because it's probably a lack of confidence, right? Because this King of Wands is someone, they don't have to watch from a distance. They'll never do that. They're someone who, they'll see someone they like, something they like, they'll walk right up to them. And they'll be fully confident knowing that they can get what they want, right? Page of Swords, no. Page of Swords is the energy, you're kind of nervous, you're keeping tabs, you're collecting information, trying to use your mind and your wit and your cleverness to, you know, get a foot in the door. Waiting for the opportune time. More manipulative a little bit. Whereas the King of Wands is bold and in your face. Okay? Consciously, you got the Three of Wands energy, and the Three of Wands is just about you sent out feelers into the world, okay, overseas, long distance, whoever it's for, these kind of, you wanted more with the Two of Wands, okay? It's about expansion, Two of Wands. So you wanted more, you're looking out and seeing what else there is out there. Three of Wands is now about waiting for those ships that you sent out with all the orders that you needed to be filled, the things that you wanted from love and romance. Three of Wands is basically now waiting for them to come back and return your, you know, your emotions and all those feelings that you've invested into the relationship. You're waiting for a return on that, okay, what you've invested. And the subconscious, you have Four of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles speaks to, just like this person's body language, being shut off and unreceptive to love, to the relationship. This is how you're feeling at the subconscious. Now, when someone is unreceptive and shut off from love, basically speaks to, then you're emotionally unavailable. So what do emotionally unavailable people do when they get lonely? They go out and hang out with people who are not possibly on their level, you know, more kind of fast love, dating sites, trying to hook up, plenty of fish, that kind of like a little bit tawdry energy, or completely nothing at all, where you're just completely unreceptive. But I don't feel like it's completely like that, because I see you did put something out into the world, those messages, okay, that you tried to create something with the Wands energy, and now you're waiting for a return. But at the foundation, I feel like you're not receptive. Like you're just doing it, but you just really, the subconscious, the foundation of the problem is that you're not open. Recent past, you got Page of Pentacles, an offer of a relationship, okay, a new relationship. This is next to this Eight of Wands. So much love, enthusiasm, excitement here. There's a lot of communications of love coming in. And because of all this high energy, it's almost overwhelming that you get this new opportunity, okay, this new relationship. Look at how this Page of Pentacles turns into the King of Pentacles. So what the King of Pentacles does is, like, the problem with King of Pentacles in love, even though this is a great person as like a father figure, your, you know, boss or your friend, someone to go into business with, fantastic, supportive, benevolent, kind, generous energy. Someone who takes care of others, wants to give back to their community. It's fantastic energy. But in love and romance, King of Pentacles is not in it for love as their priority. They have their responsibilities. The kingdom is their priority. Pentacles, the material world, is their priority. Right? This is not someone who is going to let emotions get the best of them, who will like give everything up for love. No, they won't. Never. Okay? King of Pentacles also has a thing of like someone who's very established. This is a strong, older energy, right? Of someone who's wealthy, well-to-do, manifested a stable life for themselves, has their own kingdom. And sometimes it feels like you don't know what you have until you lose it, right? With this King of Pentacles energy and love. That's in the recent future. Because you're approaching relationships and love as like your possessions, right? As opposed to your heart and your feelings. So you right now, though, you've got this, look, a major Taurus energy, by the way, with the King of Pentacles and the Empress. You right now, you've got the Empress card. The Empress is ruled by Taurus as well as this King of Pentacles. The Empress, however, is, because of Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus. And Venus is the goddess of love, romance, beauty, fertility, creation. So, you right now is very open. Very loving energy, very abundant energy, very like, you know, when you feel like you've been awakened again, your love and your interest and your passion for life and your, you know, womanliness and all these kind of like feeling girly again and feeling like you want to get out there. Okay? That's what's going on right now. It's very contradictory, though, to the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so in the situation, though, it's saying the subconscious, the foundation is the Four of Pentacles. Next to each other, even though you have this lack here with the Four of Pentacles, which is speaking to being shut off, unreceptive, closed off. Also, Four of Pentacles speaks to being greedy and lusty, okay, wanting what's not yours kind of energy, like where you have something you even want more than that, right? Because of the Four of Pentacles, it's about kind of being miserly and greedy. So when you apply that to love, it also translates to being kind of greedy in love as well. And yet you get this Empress energy in the you right now position. So for whatever reason, whatever's going on here with this Page of Swords, challenged by the Knight of this King of Wands. Now, if this is your energy and you've been collecting information on someone and watching somebody, and your challenge is this King of Wands, then I can see how this King of Wands maybe made you into this Empress energy. Because the King of Wands is extremely exciting, dynamic, and attractive. So maybe that got you open. Around you, you got Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is now, this is someone around you like this, or this is the energy you're surrounded by. Again, you got major earth vibes here. Ten of Pentacles is about the whole 9 yards. It's about the completion of the pentacles, the kingdom, the family, the community, legacy, inheritance, kids, grandkids, the dog, the castle, marriage, everything. So that's what's surrounding you, because you're manifesting this Empress energy here of fertility and abundance. Your hopes and fears, you've got Queen of Swords, and you're afraid. Basically, I feel like you're afraid that you're going to be single or divorced, okay? This Queen of Swords is a single woman's, older woman, divorcee woman's kind of card. Queen of Swords is someone who's very strong, very logical, reasonable, seen it all, done it all. And, you know, she's got that sword of truth there and clarity and victory. So she can see through all the BS. And, you know, on a lower aspect, she's a little bit jaded, a little bit cold, a little bit sharp with her tongue. Okay? So maybe you are afraid that you're going to end up single and alone and a little bit bitter on a lower vibration. And the funny thing is, it was not funny thing, the weird thing is, you got 3 of Wands up here, but you got 3 of Swords as well. And I'm just wondering, did you try to manifest with more than one person? Why? Because we have 4 of Pentacles on the bottom, and I was focusing on being shut off and unreceptive, right? Because 4 of Pentacles in a general reading is about holding on to your coins so tight, being miserly, being greedy, okay? And so when you translate that to love, I was saying like that can even speak to wanting to cheat and having a roaming eye because you are being greedy in love as well. You got 3 of Wands at the conscious, and then you end up with 3 of Swords. Maybe because if you're in this kind of Venus energy with this Empress card, like you're very attractive, you're very, you know, womanly, and you're attracting, just like this 8 of Wands, yeah, on the bottom. All this energy and attractive, like people who are attracted to you, and love and high energy and passion messages coming through, almost overwhelming. Why? That makes sense, because they think you're hot. They think you're, you know, very womanly. They think you're very attractive. And you're surrounded by the 10 of Pentacles. Abundance, right? The whole 9 yards. The only thing is, the recent future you got King of Pentacles. And remember I was saying, it's either, if it's someone who's like a Taurus or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs, it could be them who are focused on the kingdom and manifesting in that way, and they're offering you this pentacle, and this is what they're offering around you is this 10 of Pentacles, and you're afraid of being single or whatever. And then it gets to that somehow, or this is your energy where you're Taurus and Taurus, right? Where you're manifesting this kind of abundant energy, being beautiful, being attractive, having all this attention from suitors. And so you are focused on, you know, King of Pentacles is someone like everything is one of his possessions. You know, even though the Queen might be his queen and his partner, the King of Pentacles views things, everything in his life in a very material way, right? It's kind of like, this is his kingdom. This is all the different parts to his kingdom. So if you manifest that kind of energy because you're feeling very empowered, it could speak to like not knowing what you had until you lose it, because you were so focused on like material, you know, ownership of the relationship as a possession instead of like in emotional connection. Or I feel like it's just that some offer was made to you. It was like the whole 9 yards, but you're in this Empress vibe, and perhaps either you're hoping or you're fearing this Queen of Swords energy. Whether that be a person, whether that be you, that you're afraid you'll be single or you'll hope to be single. Because that sword of truth and clarity and victory, it basically, it represents intellect, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It also represents cutting off everything that doesn't serve you in your best interest. So also it speaks to, you know, using communication, because swords are about intellect and thought. It's basically using communication in a sharp way. Like you have to be careful with any of the court cards. With the Ace of Swords, it'll say sword cuts both ways. You're too aggressive with your cutting, you know, you might lose things you need for another day. It also can speak to being very sharp with your tongue, with the way you express yourself. Anyway, so the outcome is a loss, okay, with the Three of Swords. I'm sorry. That's what it says. That really went left. Okay, so let's pull one card for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th or 31st, please. On the bottom, have faith, trust your faith in this situation. And on the top, listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. Okay. And it's very short, the explanation here. Number 1. Didn't we see number 1? Nope. Okay. So number 1. The opportunity is here for you to try a loving perspective to the situation. It is easy to get wrapped up in the words that are being said. What does your heart say about the situation? It knows the truth. Trust that. Sit still, take a deep breath, and ask your heart what you need to know. You see, it's focusing on saying, ask your heart what you need to know. Because these cards... Pentacles, Swords, Pentacles, Wands. Where do we see Cups here? This is about a love and romance reading. We see no emotions, right? We just see that you're representing major, powerful, feminine vibes here. Very attractive, okay? Like, that is a potent mix here with the Empress and the King of Wands, okay? It's like... the yin and the yang, okay? Very, very, very like magnetic to each other. But at the same time, it's saying you have to listen with your heart, and you are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. I feel like there's a lot of cards here about wanting more, wanting a return on your emotional investments that you've put out. I feel like there's more than one person that you've been like trying to deal with. I feel like you've approached it from a very intellectual way, collecting information in a kind of spyish kind of vibe, whether someone's doing that to you or you're doing that to them. Either way, that it leads to heartaches. It's like Three of Wands and then Three of Swords. It leads to a loss because could be that there's also a tone of being overly confident in love, because you're representing this Empress energy, and then your challenge is this King of Wands, right? There's something going on here where it's not centered around your emotions and being sincere and from your heart giving messages, and because of that you end up, the only time we see hearts here, no cups, which represent your emotions and your heart. Only time we see it is we see Three of Swords. I don't suggest you approach love from an intellectual way or from a material way. And that's what we're basically seeing here. Even though you are in this Empress energy, you are approaching love and romance from possessive way. Challenges to be passionate and for growth and for this King of Wands energy. I don't know if that's a person in your life that you may be waiting on to hear back from. But it ends in loss because of that. Because of the approach. So can we get one Romance Angels card for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st? I hope this resonates for you guys. For some of you, I feel like, you know, you guys are Cancer, and I just don't, there's no water here except for this listen with your heart, you know? I like to see some validation that it's your sign, but it's been like, it's pure earth energy and swords. Major earth energy. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to 31st. That's it. Okay. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. On the bottom, we got you deserve love. You are lovable. Let's talk about codependency. It says this card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving, sorry, my throat, for a substance or unhealthful behavior. Or it could be that your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. This card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish its capacity to love. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to moving forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings and other addiction support fellowship models. Whether it is you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches or by contacting a local community health center. And you know what? I'm going to pull, because I know I'm a little bit late for you guys, I'll pull one more card. And this is Colette Barron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle cards. It's got a protection message, a prosperity message, and a relationship message. I'm going to read the relationship message only, okay? So this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st, please. Can we get one card for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th to the 31st, please? It's for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the week of January 26th. Okay. On the bottom, there's a leg up. That's about getting support from other people, which is also speaking to the codependency card, but we're going to read by the book, number 11. Relationship message. Okay. The essential meanings: abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. The Oracle's message: the universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them, rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. Your relationship message: Getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. Okay, so maybe that's that Queen of Swords energy kicking in. I was mentioning to you sharp tongue, right? With that sword. And maybe you're afraid. If that is the case, you know, it just says you have to be careful with how you express yourself because of the outcome with the Three of Swords. So that was your reading, Cancer. I asked for a positive reading. I'm sorry that it ended in Three of Swords. I really am. But this is just this week's reading. And I'm sure energies change all the time. Okay, it's not a major arcana card. It'll just let you know. Don't take this as like, you know, the final outcome for real, for real. No. The only things that we look at really, like, you know, that have a strong impact on the week, and this is just for 7 days, for a week, is like the Empress card, because it's a major arcana, and that's a beautiful energy to have. Aside from that, everything else is very easily changeable. It's all free will. So don't fret about that, okay? And please check in for your other weekly love readings. I'll have them posted along with your bi-weekly 1 hour long general reading that I do, and your monthly love reading. All of them will get pumped out around the 1st of February, so check in then. Until next time, take care. Talk to you guys soon.